Okay, we're back again, and now I'm going to do some shading. The shading's where you're going to actually see a lot of things in the baby start to look more realistic. I've done another wash of the red, blue, and the yellow, and I've added yellow, a little bit of a wash more on the nose area and like on the brow bones. I've put some of the red wash. When I did the red wash, I did extra on her lips and then dabbed it off so that it would start to get a base color for just her lips. A little bit of the red, when I was doing the red wash, I did put extra red on the cheeks to start on her blush also. Now I'm going to mix me some colors. I'm going to use this dish to make our shading color, and it does not take as much water for this because you're going to want the paint to be a little bit thicker in the shading. Scotty, you might want to come get this puppy, and I'm going to use some of my red, blue, and my yellow to mix this up because I want to have a warm purple, if that makes sense. So let's see, where's my paintbrush? I'm going to start out with the blue. See that color in there? You're going to move your head back, baby. Start out with the blue. She had a white piece of fuzz on her nose. The red. And that's a pretty color, but it's not quite as good for a shading color as I want, I think. That may be a bit much red. Way thinner than I want. And that's getting to be a really good color. Okay. I'm going to make it thicker. Because I want this to be thicker than the wash was. That's a pretty color, but it's not the color I'm looking for. And yes, I know, I just put more blue in there. A lot of times you're going to find that when you paint something, a lot of it's trial and error. You have an idea of what color you want, but like I didn't have this thick enough. My problem with making it thicker is because I usually run out before I get finished, and then I'm stuck trying to mix up the paint. So I was trying to mix up a bigger amount today because I almost always end up making more. So hopefully I'll get the texture that I need. And the amount that I need also. Back to that really pretty burgundy. You'd be surprised how much the shadow tone actually affects the overall look of the complexion. Not quite. Close. And it's got about the right consistency that I'm looking for. And I'm not liking all the paint I'm seeing inside of the red. There, we got it. Okay. Yeah, we're here in Oklahoma, and once again we are having thunderstorms. So it's early evening, but it's getting dark because we're having thunderstorms. We've had a few of them this August. Our grass really needs mowed, and there's no way we can actually get out there and do it because of all the rain. Okay. I like that color. Do you see that? It's like it's a burgundy. Let's not have the streaks of red. Okay. And to do my shading, I'm going to use a thin liner brush. And then I'm also going to go behind with this little brush here to spread out and smooth out my creases. I'm also going to try to do this without my second set of glasses. Sometimes you see me with two sets of glasses perched on my nose. I'm going to start right here on this eye. And then you just go in there and pick a little bit of that up. This is the process that takes me the longest out of any of the other processes, because I like it when it turns out right. So I work with it till I think it does. And you can see that there's a little crease right here. I'm not going to go quite so heavy with it. I'm going to go ahead and use this brush to smooth it around, because inside these creases, they're deep and they're dark. So when I go through the whole thing, that's okay. We're using the acrylic paint, so the acrylic paint, you have to actually not leave it sit there, because you don't have the option of coming back later and it being movable, because it's not. If you come back later, it's not movable any longer.